Welcome back to Morning Joe, live look at Capitol Hill. Beautiful morning in Washington. Joining us now from Washington, D.C., fresh off his meeting with President Obama yesterday, the President of Colombia, Juan Manuel Santos. Thank you very much for being on the show with us this morning.
Thank you, Mika, for having me and giving me this opportunity.
So can you tell us the outcome of the meeting and what prospects lie ahead?
Well, Colombia and the U.S. have had a very good relationship for a long time, but this time it's very different from the past. Colombia has evolved tremendously thanks to what I consider the most successful bipartisan foreign policy initiative that the U.S. has launched in the recent past, Plan Colombia. And Colombia now is a strategic ally of the U.S. We talked with President Obama about a new kind of cooperation. Now it's not only drugs and how to combat violence and terrorism, but also technology, education, and how to work together, for example, helping other countries, Central America, the Caribbean islands, where they are having the problems that we have had in the past. We have learned, now we are using our knowledge to help them. We disagreed on one fundamental issue.
Well, and this was, by the way, Mr. President, a very important fundamental issue to disagree with. So I'm hearing him say, Mika,
yes,
that everything's going so swimmingly well, and yet, I mean, this is the most important thing to the good people of Colombia and many of us in America. What is that issue?
I hope you two are in sync.
That issue is who's going to win in the World Cup.
Exactly.
If the U.S. team or the Colombian team. I told President Obama, I hope we don't meet in the first round because we will have to, I'm sorry to say, eliminate the U.S. very early. So,
okay.
Well, so Mr. President, first of all, congratulations on qualifying. I know that's extremely exciting for everybody in your country. Secondly, let's talk about the peace talks with the rebels. You have talked about 50 years of bloodshed. Of course, they have caused so much havoc in your society, in your culture. But it looks like the United States has been involved some in some of the peace talks. Where are we moving forward on the peace talks? Any positive prospects?
We are advancing in the correct direction. We have advanced more than any other initiative or any other attempt to seek peace with these people. I am today more optimistic than I was a year ago. I think that for the first time, the conditions are there, the circumstances are correct, and I hope that if we persevere, we will end this conflict that for 50 years have affected in a tremendous way, not only our country, the whole region, and this would be a game changer. This would be very, very important, and that's why I'm insisting and persevering in order to get that objective
right
in the arena.
Fantastic. Brian Shackman.
President Santos, back to the trade agreement. In terms of increasing business activity in your country, what companies that we might know about are starting to look at your country that may probably not have looked at the country before this agreement?
Well, Colombia is becoming the darling of the foreign investment. We have had record foreign investment for the last 3 years. We have the investment rate, the highest investment rate of any economy in Latin America, which has allowed us to become the country who has created more jobs, more formal employment in all of Latin America in the last 3 years. And of course, we're attracting more investment. The free trade agreement is a fundamental aspect of this new policy or of this proactive policy. And we're seeing new companies in technology and biotechnology. We are the richest country in biodiversity per square kilometer in the whole planet. So there's a lot of interest from these new type of investments. And we have connected all the country with fiber optic and broadband. And now we need to see how we use it. So, for example, today we're signing an agreement with Microsoft. Facebook is very interested. Google is very interested. There are a lot of opportunities from that new sort of side of the investment, instead of the traditional like oil, minerals, and all that sort.
The tech sector coming to Colombia. Yep. Mike Barnicle.
Mr. President, terrorism is a global problem as opposed to a regional problem. What specifically can Colombia do, working in conjunction with the United States, to continue combating global terror?
Well, we have learned, and we have paid a very high cost in our war against terror and against drug trafficking. And we have a know-how, intelligence, we have probably the best trained police and elite forces in the whole of Latin America. We're training, we've trained more than 17,000 soldiers or policemen from Central America, from Mexico, from other areas, and we can continue to work together. Terrorism, you fight terrorism with different instruments. One of them is intelligence, and that is a key issue.
President Juan Manuel Santos, thank you very much.